Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing?
Good.
Ah, good. I got that crowd participation I need. Up here, we are Elite Lanes LLC, and we're here to address the parking and transportation services. So all of you all listen up. Some of the questions that we'd like to ask you by show of hands, if you don't mind. How many of you have problems with the parking and transportation as far as bus systems, parking spots? Good, good. How many of you feel like it takes forever to get from one side of the campus to the other side of the campus? Any of y'all use the bus? Okay, we're gonna offer other options. Early September of this year, the UWG Student Government Association actually selected 5 students to address the University of West Georgia's campus about the parking and traffic congestion up here and lack thereof. And on October 1st, they submitted a formal complaint to Parking and Transportation Services, and they were basically concerned about the severe traffic and congestion surrounding West Georgia. It's one of the biggest issues that's affecting the college experiences for college students nowadays. And being that Philip Spank from this department contacted us, Elite Lanes, we decided that we could try to help him resolve this issue. And by doing that, we've conducted primary and secondary research. We also studied the attitudes of the students and faculty and staff, and we've taken surveys, and we've conducted further research. At this time, I'm sorry. A little bit about our company and what we have to offer. We can offer y'all trust, honesty. We have a friendly environment here at Elite Lanes. We vow to offer accurate and efficient results. We are ranked number 9 as one of Fortune 100's best companies to work for. So, tell you a little bit about us. And also, if you choose to work with us outside of this company, we do offer $100 incentives for everybody that you do recommend us to. And at this time, we'll speak to our marketing manager, Brittany Williams, and she'll give us a little bit more information about our company background.
Good afternoon. I will talk about our company background and what makes us special. The history. Elite Lanes was founded in 2000. It means that we have 14 years of powerful experience. And we have founders who want to change lives by inspiring hope and people to accomplish his or her dreams. So we all quit our jobs and started this company. So what inspires us? Our mission statement is to bring inspiration and value to each person and make a difference through experience, skills, and dedication. And we also look globally with our vision statement also to shape our firm that best understands and satisfies people worldwide. And our keys to success is diversity, creating a vision that owners and employees believe in, and also building inner motivation through a sense of accomplishment and recognition to clients, vendors, and employees. Now, at the end of the day, it is nothing that we can't do with a little opportunity, faith, and dedication. So this is our value that we have stand upon: diligence, kindness, respect, and dependability. We feel like respect is not learned, it's earned. A little about our consultant team. We have the CEO and President, Lexi Hall. She has a bachelor's in management, a master's in business administration. She was a business manager at CNN Center. Also, she was a human resource manager at Delta Airlines, and she's been working for this company for 5 years. We have the Vice President, Alex Spence. He has a bachelor's in management, a master's in business administration from Purdue. He's a senior level office manager for American Airlines, and he's been here for 5 years. We have our public relations manager, Shayna. She has a bachelor's in mass communications / public relations, a master's in communications from Howard University. She was a public relations manager for 3 years at CNN, a social media advertising manager for 6 years at Google, and a public relationship manager at our company for 2 years. We have me. Our marketing manager, we have a bachelor's in I have a bachelor's in management, MA in marketing, which is master's from Georgia State University, event manager at Turner Field for 4 years, a brand director 2 years at Home Depot, and I've been working 3 years at this company. Blake Kitchens, he has a bachelor's in management and information systems, a master's in management information systems from Georgetown, a computer specialist at IBM, and a senior level IT specialist. And then we have Laura Harris. She has a bachelor's in accounting, a master's in finance, accounting, 3 years for PricewaterhouseCoopers LLP, which is one of the major accounting firms in Atlanta, Georgia now, and a senior level finance manager here at Elite Lanes, 4 years. Past clients, we've been working with some of the best clients in Atlanta, Georgia. We have Turner Field, Delta, MARTA, Greyhound, and the Georgia Aquarium. Now we'll turn it to Laura, who will say the statement of need.
Hello, everyone. Now we'll talk about some of the needs of this department, that you will need of this department.
Yeah, keep pressing it at the computer.
Okay. All right. Some of the things I would like to talk to you about is your department's image. We know that you are the main reason why we do have our parking spaces and our parking spaces, as well as the transportation around campus. Now, that is a good look because, you know, students do need to get from one side of campus to the other, and commuters and visitors, as well as faculty and staff, will also need spaces to park. So, you know, you benefit, well, the students on this campus benefit a lot from you. Now, I would like to talk about some of your issues. One of your issues is parking as well as transportation. Even though those are your main things, those are some issues. Because the ratio from student to parking spaces, or students, faculty, and visitors to parking spaces are not equivalent. There are not enough parking spaces to fit all of the needs. You have 6,936 parking spaces, which is not enough. Which we will also need to work on your bus routes. You have 5 bus routes: the blue route, your red route, your gray route, and your off-campus shuttle, which is not enough, seeing how some of the buses are really small, which is roughly around 30 students, and it runs faster than the rest of the buses, but it's not enough seats. So we feel like we can make some recommendations to where you would benefit from that, and also the students will benefit from it, seeing how happy students, happy parking. Now, we feel like it's necessary because really and truly the students are paying for this. So it's something that they will want to be happy with what they're paying for. And you do have some competitors, which one of them is auxiliary services, and they're communicating some of their, like, the problems and communicating to the students about traffic and transportation and parking through social media, and which one of the main things is Twitter, and it's being updated every day, and it's being updated constantly, which you all need to help with that. You know, your department, needs to use more that type of way. You know, you're on the same level, but at the same time, you need to do the same. You need to update your own as well. And who will benefit, which I said before, are the students, the faculty and staff, and the visitors. Now, I will turn it over to Blake Kitchens, who will talk to you about internal communications.
Thanks. Okay, so we'll start with the internal communications. How effective would my presentation be to you right now if I was putting some words up on a board and I wasn't even here? It was a recording, or maybe I just wrote some words on the board and that's what you were supposed to look at. It wouldn't be very effective, right? So the biggest thing that I've liked about your company is the fact that y'all do utilize face-to-face conversations and communication on a regular basis. You meet nearly every day, and you kind of communicate with each other in passing a lot and just in one-on-one meetings. But also, there's some pros and some cons to the way that you communicate out in the field. One of the pros is the radio. It's quick and it's easy. It's very efficient, but the quality of it is lower than that would be of a cell phone. And then also, y'all use bulletin boards. And these, yes, they can be effective if you're in the same room as that bulletin board, but they're not so effective when you've got people who are out patrolling the campus on a regular basis. But that's what we've seen as y'all's pros and cons of the internal communication. And right now, I'll turn it over to Alex as he discusses the external communication.
All right, so can I get a show of hands of how many people in here use social media? How many people use social media 1 time a day? How many people check it twice a day? 3 times? 6 or more times? All right, so in a survey completed of 260 college students, 40% of them use social media 6 or more times a day. But there's a problem within your department. Your department has a social media account ran by auxiliary services, which just happens to be your competitor. And they also have a social media, they post for other services, including their own, around campus. So there's a problem with that. If you're not posting for your own department, how are you going to get direct communication to the students and employees and faculty, whatever you need? Also, you guys do use email, display signs, and stuff like that. But how many of you get multiple emails a day? Does it get annoying, tiresome, tired of reading them? You just ignore them, right? So that's going to happen with your department. Students are just going to ignore the emails that they get. They're going to ignore all the signs around campus and stuff like that. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Blake for the SWOT analysis.
Okay, as we looked at your strengths and weaknesses as a department, I told you in the beginning that one of the best things is that you utilize face-to-face communication often. And yeah, there's always going to be ways that you can really grow that. But as of right now, where you're at, you're doing pretty good with meeting almost every single day and training a lot and things like that. Another strength, and this is going to kind of be a weakness in a way too, but you know, the efficiency of the radios that you use. They're very quick, they're very easy for those short conversations. But like I said earlier, you know, there is problems in, you know, they're a weaker radio wave, there's more noise in it, it's a lower quality, but it is efficient. And also your strength is, you know, the access you have to emails and signs and things like that when they're used correctly. Some of the weaknesses, like you just said, you know, you don't run your own social media account. You can't post what you want to when you want to. You have to go through certain steps to get auxiliary services to post it for you. That's not good. You need to be able to communicate with them instantly whenever you'd like to. And also the bulletin boards. Bulletin boards are out of date. That's just the way it is. There's so many different things you can utilize to have constant connection to these things rather than a bulletin board. And also your communication with students. There's a lot of people that don't know the bus routes and don't know the differences and things like that. There needs to be more communication there. As we look at the opportunities and threats, these are going to kind of tie into our recommendations, but you know, there's a mobile app for everything nowadays. And as I've known, y'all have tried a mobile app before. It didn't work out so well. I think there can be improvements. Cell phones, you can utilize different things through those. You can also, as far as the bulletin board, do like cloud communication type stuff. But the threats, as we talked about the emails, you know, you have access to those emails, but it's very likely that the students are going to ignore those emails. I know when I get emails, I go through, and if I see it's UWG, I'm probably deleting it before I even open it. So that's a weakness, and they're not. A lot of times, like me myself, I may check social media once a day. So it's not going to be an effective way to communicate with me if I'm not checking social media.